Do you feel stronger when helping others? Because according to a survey done, 80% of women say they do. Hey guys, it's Molly here again, and I'm excited to share with you that today's video is made in partnership with Special K and their Strong Feed Strong campaign. If you follow me on Instagram or any of my other social media, which the links are always in the description box, you might have seen me post about this already, but Special K actually teamed up with the UN Foundation's Girl Up to help bridge the gap between how important women view inner strength to be and the inner strength that they actually feel. According to a survey done by Special K, 9 out of 10 women say that they view inner strength as the key to success, yet 8 out of 10 women say they don't feel like they've reached their full potential. And this makes me really sad to hear. And if there's something I can do to help empower other women to feel as strong as I do, then I'm going to do whatever I can. So today I want to share with you a bit of a personal story, kind of share with you what was kind of a pivotal moment in my life on my journey to finding inner strength. So a lot of people laugh or are surprised to find out that I started public speaking when I was just 5 years old. But the reason for that is because when I was 4 years old, I was diagnosed with a retinal eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa. And so very shortly after my diagnosis, I made my first public appearance speaking about my condition on behalf of a charitable organization. And after that first speech, it just sparked years and years of speeches and media interviews, and I loved it so much. Like, my parents never pushed me in any way to do any of these things. If anything, I was pushing them to let me do more, because even though I was so young, I just had this burning passion for it, this desire to get out there and spread the word and share my journey with people. Until I was in grade 8. And if you followed my videos for a while, you know my journey, you'll know that grade 8 is when I lost the majority of my vision to my RP. And it was a really hard time in my life. I lost all my friends. I started getting really badly bullied. I really battled mental illness and honestly just pulled away from everyone and everything I loved in life. I stopped all my advocacy work, all my speaking. I just wanted to hide myself away from the world. And I felt like by hiding myself away from the world like this, I was protecting myself from getting hurt. But in reality, I was just hurting myself even more. I was falling into a deeper and deeper depression. Things were just getting worse. And, you know, I've really blocked out a lot of memories from that time in my life because it's just too hard for me to think about. But there are some moments from that year, that point in time in my life, that are more vivid than others. And one of those memories was really a turning point in my life, a very pivotal moment to starting to find my inner strength and come to terms with what I was going through. And it happened at a doctor's office. I was sitting there waiting to be seen for a sore throat. And I don't know what it was, but some flip got switched. I just had this aha moment. And I turned to my mom and I said, I need to start speaking again. And she was really surprised because, you know, for the past year or so of my life, that was like the last thing I wanted to do. Like I said, I stopped everything. I pulled away from everyone and everything I loved. I stopped all of my advocacy work. So she was really surprised to hear me say that that I wanted to and needed to start doing this again. And when she asked me why, I explained that I realized that when I stopped speaking, I stopped fighting for myself to be understood. And I stopped fighting for other people in my situation. And when I stopped speaking out, I lost a huge part of what makes me Molly. I lost my passion, my drive, my purpose, and I just gave up on myself. And the depression that I was struggling with made it really hard to get out of bed every day. And so that day I decided, in order to give myself a reason to get out of bed, I needed to set a daily goal for myself. And so I decided that every day I was going to try to educate, motivate, or inspire one person with my story. And I felt like if I could help somebody who needed it by simply sharing my journey with them, then what I had been through was worth it. Because it meant that my pain had purpose. What I had gone through wasn't just for nothing. And so that's what I did. I started speaking at local schools. I started speaking at fundraising events again. I even started planning my own fundraisers. And I'm not going to try to tell you that overnight this solved all my problems and healed me, but I will say that with time, over time, it did start to help. It did start to heal me. It did start to bring joy into my life again. And I think when you're going through something challenging, no matter what it is, whatever you're struggling with, it can be really easy to start focusing on you, your problems, your issues, what you're going through. And you forget to realize that there's a whole world out there of people, and we're all fighting our own battles. We are all struggling with something. It gets so easy to focus on me, you know? I know that's what I did. And once I started reaching out to this whole world that's out there, it really helped. Because I've learned in my life that you really can't search for happiness. You can't search for happiness by buying a new handbag or by feeding your ego in some way, because that's not the way to find happiness. But when you look for somebody to help, when you reach out to others, happiness will really come into your life. And I know that I am not the only person who feels this way. The Special K survey that was done showed that 80% of women say they feel stronger when they're helping others, but yet only 57% say they feel like they've received support from women. And I don't know about you, but to me, that's not okay. I know that my experience in grade 8 would have been a whole lot easier if I had had the support from the girls in my life that I needed. But instead, at the time that I needed my girlfriends the most, they abandoned me as a friend and even bullied me. And unfortunately, or fortunately, that is what pushed me to find my inner strength. And that inner strength has gone on to push me to get through so much. And I know it will continue to help me in my life. And I only wish that other women could find that inner strength without having to go through so much. That other women could find the passion, the drive, the purpose in their lives that I've found without having to go through as much pain. And that's why I do what I do. You watching this right now, you are the reason I do what I do. I want to be your support system. And I want you to learn or to in some way maybe gain strength from my experiences and my life journey. And I would love to hear about your journey to finding inner strength, whether you have found it yet or you are still on that path. Please comment down below your strength story. You can also share it on social media using #StrongFeedStrong. And let's make this comment section a place for love and respect and support and empathy. Let's build each other up, not tear each other down. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.